The Minecraft YouTuber stan community is probably one of the worst communities I have seen in a while. Like, it's just filled with a bunch of weird and outright disturbing shit like, pedophiles, cyberstalkers, gore artists, whatever the hell this is, and more. So I'm gonna talk about it because I feel like it. But before we begin, I feel like I need to say something right off the bat. This is not targeted at any normal fans or anyone else who knows this shit is not okay. If you're just a normal person, or at the very least, you know this shit is wrong and people shouldn't be doing it, this is not directed at you. Alright, I don't know what else to say here, so let's just start. This segment is going to be pretty short because there wasn't too much I could find on it, but let's just start with the worst thing I could find related to this, and, that was last January where Dream got fucking doxxed by these stans because, they're stans, and this wasn't like a simple light dox where, they just posted his full name and address and that was it. It was a lot worse than that. I'm going to leave a friend's video in the description below so you can get more information about it, but it was really fucking bad. But Dream denied that this was his personal information, but then again, what the fuck would you say if this is the same audience that draws you as a fucking flesh chair for fun? Besides the doxing incident that happened, there isn't too much I can say about cyberstalking, but I will say that there is this account right here, which is just dedicated to posting whatever Dream is listening to on Spotify. And yeah, that's about it. It's weird in my opinion, and I know Dream said himself he's okay with this, but yeah, it's still weird. Okay, moving on. A lot of these stans also seem to have this fascination with drawing gore art of these YouTubers, especially when it comes to Dream. Like, there's this whole thing of these stans, like, drawing him as a fucking flesh chair or a rocking horse. Unfortunately, however, that is not all. There's also this, and probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. This piece of wasted talent right here depicting, Skeppy fucking Bad Boy Halo in the ear with blood, and he's crying. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, I cannot figure out for the life of me how people think that this is okay. How they think this is a socially acceptable thing to draw. It's disgusting. It's vile, abhorrent, repulsive. Especially when you consider that, these are real people, and they're getting drawn, getting turned into fucking flesh chairs, and getting fucked in the ear. It's really fucking disgusting, but unfortunately, it gets a lot worse. Alright, this is the big one. I mentioned earlier how, the stan community is filled with pedophiles, and yeah, this is where they live, in their own little sub-community they created called Poppy Twitter, which is just about, drawing porn of all the Minecraft YouTubers, who are minors, and again, are real people. And from what I've seen of this little rat's nest, the people who seem to be targeted the most with this porn are Tommy Innit, a 16-year-old, and Dream's sister Drista, a 14-year-old. Yeah, these people also seem to like drawing incest art of Dream fucking his own sister Drista, because, of course they do. And even though he really should not have to because he's a minor, Tommy Innit himself has said that he is completely uncomfortable with this.
And it is being great. But boys, any of this not safe for work, like sex-related fanfic, whatever that is on the Wattpad or on Twitter, I am not comfortable with that, and I do not endorse it. I just thought I'd have to say. I thought it would have been obvious because I'm a child, but I thought I'd just let you all know.
But you know what? Obviously, that doesn't stop Poppy Twitter because, they don't care because they're pedophiles. Like, Wilbur here. Probably one of the most infamous members in this entire sub-community, who's, like, drawn and said all this, like, disgusting degenerate shit, and also doesn't care about what Tommy said because, he's a pedophile. Obviously, and unfortunately, he's not the only one doing this. But of course, these people have to try and come up with excuses to justify these actions. Like, one of the most common excuses I hear is that this is supposed to be like a coping mechanism. This is not a healthy way of coping with whatever trauma you have. I'm sorry for whatever you had to go through, but you should be seeking actual professional help, not drawing Bad Boy Halo getting fucked in the ear. And you know, some also try and pass it off with the excuse that they're also minors. That's not any better than an adult doing it. But then we have the golden excuse, the certified hood classic of it's just a drawing, and no, you cannot use that argument when the people you're drawing are real fucking people. Like Tommy Innit and Drista are not fictional characters, they're real people. And even then, remember, Tommy himself said he's not okay with this, and I'm sure all the other minors you're drawing porn of feel the same way. Poppy Twitter hates it when you call them out on their shitty actions. Like one account has been doing, like average Minecraft YouTuber stands, who's been exposing a lot of these guys and what they're doing. But you know, since he's exposing them, that's unfortunately made him a target for what's basically sexual harassment, because these same Poppy Twitter scum fucks are drawing porn of him and other disturbing shit, like him fucking his own cat. Yeah, they're just saying and doing all of this really nasty and disgusting shit to try and get to this guy because he's exposed them for being pedophiles. Now, of course, since this is just an entire community filled with pedophiles and young teenagers, there have been, of course, cases of actual child grooming taking place here. And the first of these two groomers I'm going to talk about is this guy, Buki Fox, otherwise known as Ramy Schlott. Buki here is an 18-year-old who has been exposed for grooming and sexually role-playing with a 13-year-old child on Discord, because of course it's Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna show the screenshots of what's going on here, so yeah, just take a look. I should also say that Buki has also been accused of grooming more than just this minor. Now, when he was exposed on Twitter for his heinous actions, he tried to pass it off as if it really wasn't that big of a deal, even though he's an 18-year-old dating a 13-year-old, and he said that he regretted it, which, you know, is a lie because he said it wasn't a big deal. Now, let's move on to the second known groomer in the Poppy Twitter community, named Jules. Oh god, I used to know another pedophile named Jules. He is a 21-year-old who has admitted to dating a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old. Now, unfortunately, that's all I really know about this Jules guy, but if you do have any more information about him, leave it in the comment section below. Now, I could talk about more about what Poppy Twitter has done, and who knows, I might, but for now, I'm done here, so let's just end this. So, yeah, in conclusion, the Minecraft YouTuber stan community is god-awful. I really don't know what else to say here that I haven't already said. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, good for you, I guess. Let me know if you want me to make a part 2. I think I definitely have more than enough material to work with to make a part 2. Yeah.